Hello and welcome. In today's exciting episode, I take a gorgeous seasonal plaid and I turn it into a lovely comfortable dress. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket. So let's get right into it. All the pieces are cut for simplicity 9325, or I call it the bamboo dress. And the last episode was me showing everything that I made in October, November and early December. And yeah, the one with the bamboo print is the one I call, the bamboo dress. But here's the bamboo one. It's just on the hanger, sorry. But gorgeous vintage reprint, a reprint of a vintage bamboo print, and it's lovely. And here's the finished plaid one. So spoiler alert, it turns out nicely. Now we're making it in a seasonal plaid, and those are the ties for the back, and then we have sleeves, all the bits for the front, but at the bottom there is the sash. And of course, we've got the front and the back of the skirt. So I'll start with the bodice section, and there's two sort of triangle bits that go for in the middle of the bodice, and then you sew it to the left and the right side. And I just angled it to I wasn't able to match the plaid, so I thought angling it would be the next best thing. So you stitch the sides and then you stitch the middle bit in. And there's notches that you have to match. It's quite straightforward. Once you've done that, you stitch the shoulders together, so the front and back together. And once that's done, then you have to put the sash on. So the sash is actually in as part of the dress for the front bit, and then there's ties at the side for the back bit. So it's a two-part. So one is external and the other one's on the inside, so that way all the seams get sort of stuck in between them. That is to say, all the raw edges are enclosed. And so once you machine sew the two tops together, then you machine sew the bottom edge to the top of the front skirt. And sorry, I didn't take footage of that step of making it, so this is showing you it on the finished thing. And then once you've done that, so that's the front part of the sash, then you sew on the ties, which are essentially the back part of the sash. And then you sew the sides together of the front and the back, and then you just have to hand hem the that sort of bit of front sash, the internal side of it. And of course you have to finish your side seams. And once that is done, your dress is ready to put in those sleeves. And unfortunately, I cut this out a couple of weeks ago, and I just quickly did the seams of the sleeves, and then I pinned them ready to hand stitch, and then I just forgot. So tonight I had to sit there and do all this hand sewing. But if you sort of organised yourself and cut out the dress one night and did a few little things like the sash, the back ties and the sleeves, another, whenever you had 10 minutes or half an hour, then I think you could get this dress done really efficiently. Sort of just, because there's a couple of things that you can do in a little segments of time, and then you just have the main bulk of the dress to make, which is actually once you lay everything out, it actually goes together quite quickly. So once I finally finished hand stitching those hems, then I put the sleeves, set the sleeves, and look, it's a box pleat that actually looks like a box. Isn't this the most darling thing you've ever seen? I love this sleeve so much. I wanted to make a little bows to go on top of each one, but I resisted. Well, so far I have resisted. And and then you can tie the ties are supposed to be they're quite long, so you're supposed to tie them in a bow at the back, but I like just extending them around again and just tying them in a little knot at the front. I think it's really pretty, especially with a plaid or a directional, like a really graphic print, because it's sort of, you have the print of the sash and then the print of the ties as well, and they're all going in different directions, and I think it sort of clashes and nicely, and it's really visually interesting. I'll just ignore the vintage holly dress at the left there. That's just another 1952 vintage Vogue dress that I've made out of this absolutely adorable tiny holly print. But yeah, this seasonal plaid, just this dress looks beautiful, and these sleeves, the sleeves are my favorite part. Oh, and yeah, thinking, of course, those sleeves made me, I was like, ooh, you know what else has lovely sleeves? So then I got my Dutch Masters jacket out and put that on, and these look absolutely gorgeous together. If you had a tiara in sort of, because there's a little bit of metallic gold highlights on this plaid. So yeah, if you had a sort of antique gold tiny tiara or headband or something, that would just look so gorgeous together. Totally over the top, but very gorgeous. Anyway, this is the suggested way of wearing the dress, with the long ties tied as a bow in the back, and then this is one of the ways I wear it, with the ties just untied and sort of hanging at the side. That's the way you wear it if you're really super full. And then of course there's the way where you just sort of bring the ties around the front and just tie them in a little knot. And now I'm just being silly. I've armed myself with 2 candy canes, and yeah, so, and then I forgot to take them out. So I think the picture on the thumbnail, there's the candy canes in there as well. I haven't eaten a candy cane. I just realised it's been days since I ate a candy cane because I've been so busy making all these Vlogmas videos. Anyway, here is this gorgeous dress, Simplicity 9325. I highly recommend this. The actual pattern has sort of floaty sleeves, flutter sleeves, which I haven't tried yet, either that or no sleeves at all. I think I'll try no sleeves. But also, I'm not a fan of the facing. It has facing rather than, I think next time I make this, I'll do a fully lined version, just because I hate sewing down facings, absolutely hate it. But I do love this dress. I think it's absolutely darling. And these sleeves, oh my goodness, I am so in love with them. I might still do the little bows. I think I might, because it's just so cute. I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. I'm pleasantly surprised with the amount of time it took. It was really good because, yeah, obviously I sort of got to it a bit late today. So, yeah, I was really happy that it's great to sort of do a few little bits early and then just do a whole block of sewing. I really like this one. Highly recommend it. So thank you very much for watching, and tune in tomorrow for a seasonal fabric haul of lots of absolutely adorable Christmas fabrics, mostly vintage inspired or, vintage reproductions. But yeah. And yeah, I really, I'm so happy with the way this dress turned out. I was, sometimes you see plaid dress and you're like, wow, that's a mess. But yeah, really happy with this one. It's a really comfy dress, but it doesn't look like a frumpy, sometimes when you make a pullover dress and you're like, wow, this looks frumpy, this looks comfortable. I think this one looks a little bit fancier. So yeah, really happy with it. I think part of that is the colours. Like in some lights, it sort of looks, it's very red and green and gold and sort of that beigey natural colour, which is sort of very holiday season. But in other colours, it sort of looks apricot-y, and yeah, it's just I don't know. I just really like it. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I really appreciate you watching all the videos. And yeah, there's a fabric haul next. So I hope you enjoy that too.